Welcome back to another video. I'm just wandering up to my plot at the moment. I've got some exciting news to share with you. Yeah, let's get into it. So I've just come up here for a little bit this afternoon, just while it's nice and quiet, to share with you my exciting news. So for those of you who are new to the channel, I was given my allotment at the end of February this year, so I've had it for about 6 months, and me and the tribe, as we've become known up at the allotment, the site manager keeps calling us the tribe, which just it makes me laugh. So we come up here quite regularly. We do evenings and weekends, and we spend our time up here growing some food. So yeah, this is us. We've worked really hard on this plot, and we've managed to get it set up nicely in not very much time. I think we've used a no-dig method. We've tried to reuse stuff that we had on the plot and recycle where we can. We have bought decking boards to make some more raised beds to match the one that was here before, and I just like the way they look. So we've used pallet wood to make some beds. We've used old crates to use for beds. We've used lots of different things, but I think they look really nice together. So on to the exciting news. We we're tenants of plot 5A at the moment, which reminds me, I finally got my sign up. Let me take you down to show you where we've put it. It's right down the front. The ground is like concrete at the moment, so I've tried hammering it in, it's not happening. The fox has been up, we planted these yesterday, and the fox has been digging them all out, so I'll have to put them somewhere. So yeah, little sods, they've pulled them all out. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind. They'll have to be planted back in. Oh look, tiniest miss, she's only had a couple out. Middle miss, however, there's more out than there are in. Oh dear. Right, sorry, tangents. Get overexcited by things. You must be used to me by now. So we have been given a new plot. An extension of our current one, so it's very exciting. It's a lot more space, it needs a lot of work. So basically what they've decided to do is they've got a full plot at the moment and they don't want a full plot anymore. They're giving up the back half, which happens to be next to our plot. So a lovely site manager said, oh, I know that you were after a full plot really, would you like to take on the one next to you? And I was like, yes I would. So I'm going to give you a full plot tour so that you know what we are starting with. We have had a little bit of a play with the strimmer, but other than that, it's as we've inherited it. So this one is my plot at the moment, the 2 rows of beds, and the shed is behind those little trees there. And this is the one that we're going to start looking after now. So if I take you around, this one is going to be number 6A, and we've got the fruit cage backwards, including a greenhouse, which is a bonus. Oh, just, well, you can see it's gonna take a lot of work. So if we come up here, this is, well, you can see that's my current bit. We need to fix this, but we thought that we might do it so that we put in 2 new posts, one, well, about where it is, and one a little bit further along, so that we can get through in the middle of the plot as well as like at either end. The idea of having to go around all the brambles all the time it's frustrating just thinking about it. So we thought we would put in an extra like gap in the winter when we come to change these wires. God, I don't even know where to start showing you. So I'll start at the back. Start with the greenhouse. Brace yourselves. So the door does slide, kind of. Needs a bit of an oil probably, but I know that the lady wants to take all of her tools and her kit, so although we're allowed to start work on the plot, tidying it up and stuff, need to make sure that we keep all her things safe and sound. Like some of the stuff that's obviously rubbish, like this, and random plastic and dead stuff. I think she's a sensible lady. She'll know that some of it needs to be got rid of, but the rest I will put nice and tidily just in one corner, so that we can start using this for overwintering some things. I'd really like to try to I can't shut that. Right, we'll leave that alone. I really want to try and overwinter some new potatoes, so that for Christmas we can have some new potatoes. I know they'll probably be about, this small, but I want to give it a go. Now, I'm really enjoying the fact that this greenhouse has already got water butts. Yesterday, when we spoke to the site manager, it was full of nasty water. So we've emptied them out onto the plot, and we've cleaned out the gutters and reattached this pipe. So when it rains, eventually, we should get nice clean water, and it sort of daisy chains into this one, which is also empty. We've not scrubbed this one out, but yeah, it means we've got 2 water butts ready to go, and space for plenty more to daisy chain if we want to, which would just be amazing. This is what we cut down yesterday. We're planning on having a bonfire tonight, so that should be good fun. Right, what else is at the back? Got another apple tree. This one is an eating apple, like a dessert apple. The ones that we've got over here, we discovered the hard way that they're cooking apples. Yeah. My mum's face when she ate it. Bless her. Hello, Mum. She was like, no, they definitely need cooking, those ones. I was like, oh, at least she found out. I'm so glad I can't eat raw apples. So these are going to be taken, they're not ours. Same with the bed here, and all of this wood and equipment at the back. That all belongs to the lady, all of the stuff at the back. If you can see it, look, all that. It's really useful, but it doesn't belong to us. It will be taken by the lady who is going to be using the front of the plot still. So we're just going to leave that there. But it means that at the back we've got this nice grassed area. We've really enjoyed during lockdown coming down here for a picnic or a barbecue. So we thought we might put a new bed down here, like at the edge, to define the edge of the plot, because our plot finishes at the edge of this basket. That's someone else's. So to define it, we thought it'd be nice to have a bed that goes all the way down here. I'm not sure what this tree is. It's got some pretty nasty thorns on it. But I don't think it's a fruiting tree, and it's still quite little, considering just trying to take it out, kill it off. So this plot is bigger than our current one. Our current one is about 8 meters wide. I don't know what that is in feet. And about 10 meters deep, whereas this one is about 10 meters square. So we've got extra width. And it feels much bigger, I think, because it doesn't have all the trees on it. So we've got a lot more sort of open space, and even with the greenhouse, it feels like we've still got lots of places that we can put beds. So I don't know why it feels like that, but it does. Right, let me show you the bit that we've started working on. So you can see where we've strimmed. Bless my mum, she was really helpful yesterday. She strimmed all this down, and this is where we dumped out all the old water on to try and sort of soften it a bit. Site managers very kindly agreed to rotivate it for us, but this was the length of the grass, so there is quite, you can see quite a difference. What have we got next? Blackberries. These are thornless blackberries. So I shall be setting these up, cutting off this year's fruit, which has gone over. Setting up some nice wires along the stakes that are already there, because at the minute it's just string. It's not doing much to support them. So I will cut down the old stuff. I will attach wires to the stakes, and then I shall get these new ones all tied in, because I've got loads. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. Next year is going to be amazing for blackberries, and these are all thornless, so that's pretty good. You might be able to see just about the little bits of wood on the edge, so the beds do have edges in theory, but I mean the grass is pretty it's pretty thick. Need to get some more cardboard and wood chip down, I think. Start creating paths that are easier to traverse. So from this middle one, we've got the greenhouse behind me. We've got this big bed. This is 10 meters long, this bed. So we're going to split it into 3 beds, 2 big and 1 little. You can see my very masterful use of objects to mark where we're going to put a path. We thought if we put it there, then it carries on the path down this way. So once again, we can get to the back of the plot without having to go all the way around the beds. That's the plan anyway. So we'll come down where this path will be. There's fruit cage. I spoke to the site manager yesterday, and he thinks the fruit cage is being left, so that's handy. In there at the moment there's brambles, but there's 1, 2 currants of some kind. I think there might be some more currants over there, but I haven't been brave enough to actually go inside yet. He said if this is definitely staying, then we're going to put a proper door on the front, like a timber frame, so that it's easier to close, get in and out of. It's simple enough to make, but it just means that it will keep the birds out better, and we don't have to fight with netting every time we go in. But yeah, that's quite a job in there. Oh look, it looks like there's some sort of currant at the front as well. brambles have grown around it. Yeah, I think this is going to be a winter job when we can pull everything out. We're going to try and be sensible and do a bit at a time. We're going to try and get that main like big bed up and running as soon as we can, because then we can get stuff in there for overwintering. So we've poured water on it. We're going to try and break it up a bit with a fork, and the lovely site manager has said that he'll come and rotivate it for us, just to try and loosen it up a bit, because it's like freaking concrete. But yeah, and then we've got the last little bit at the front of the plot, which this stuff will be winter and New Year that we start looking at this, I reckon. I'm going to try and mow it down to get rid of the grass, but like I said, we don't really know what's going and what's not. She says she needs to harvest, but I can't see much that needs harvesting at the moment. I mean, there's the apples, but that's about it. And she also said about moving her plants, so I don't know what plant she's moving. She said that there's nothing in that big strip, so I can crack on with that, no problem. She said that she hasn't really used the greenhouse, but she wants all of her tools and she wants all of the timber, so that's fine. That's fine. It's her stuff. Yeah, it'd just be nice to know where we are, because she's so busy with work, bless her. I mean, that's why she's given it up, that I've not been able to get hold of her since our first email a little while ago. So this is the path that marks the edge of our new plot. We've got this bed in here, which is edged with some huge sleepers. It looks like there's another fruit tree in the middle there. Now, if she doesn't want it, we're going to be digging it out. I don't know what kind of tree it is. Let's try and look. I don't know what type of fruit this is. I can't see any label on it. It's still a real baby, and we've got so many fruit trees that we just really don't need anymore. And I want the soil space. I want the ground for planting. My mum's going to be helping me more now that we've got the extra space. She wants to try and get spuds in this bit, so we're going to aim for getting most of this section done so that we can plant up our spuds on Good Friday. So yeah, we've got that bit with the whatever tree it is. I mean, it's a grafted tree. I mean, must be a decent tree, but it'll have to come out when it's dormant. We've got new neighbours at the front. Can you see their little shed there? Yeah, we've got new neighbours. We might offer it to them, or see if these guys want to move it. There's a bit of sage in there that looks like it's on its last legs, honestly. But that's it. That's the only plants I can see. I can see a bit of verbena, but it looks like it's self-seeded. It doesn't look like it's been planted there on purpose. So, yeah. Last spot is a pile of rubbish. I've not been brave enough to look under there yet, but it looks an awful lot like rubbish. Oh, mind you, what's that in there? Ooh. Oh, it's like a log roll thing. Yeah, I don't know what's under there really. A log roll. It looked like it was a pile of logs for a minute. I was like, oh, exciting. But I imagine if it was, she'd be taking that. Yeah. Oh, it's such a big job. Such a big job. I think tidying this up will make it look much better. Won't be as out of control then. Trimming down the grass. Those are pretty nice flowers. They're next door. But yeah, just trying to get it under control. Don't get me wrong though, I'm still really excited. It means that we're going to have so much more space to plant the stuff we want. So I can have my field of tomatoes like my neighbour has this year because I'll have space for them. I've frozen so much passata so far from just the bits that he's given me. So if I had my own tomato field, can you imagine? Like, I'd be able to save my passata for the year. So that would be brilliant. We've already grown enough onions to probably see us out on that plot, so that's cool. Yeah, so many possibilities. Well, I had to share it with you guys. I will try and keep you up to date with all the different bits that we're doing, just like on my normal plot. So yeah, this is our new space. It's very exciting, and I can't wait to really get into it, and it'll be so nice when we can really see the difference. I mean, I found my first video that I did on here to show me like the difference that there is in between the first plot 5A and now, and it's unreal. I mean, every time I come, oh, it's not changed that much, oh, I feel like I should be doing more, but actually it's looking pretty good. And it's only taken me 6 months. I think the thing is that it's not full of crops like my neighbours are, just because I've been focusing more on getting it straight than I have been on the crops. But I mean, the ones I've got out have been amazing. And next year, that one will be gorgeous, and this one will be the one that's waiting to be filled. Right, I'll leave you with like a scan of the whole plot. Now I've bored you to death with my talking, and I shall see you on the next one. Bye.